From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first.
Hey, America First lovers. Today, we are diving deep into some serious campaign drama that's unfolding right under our noses. You know we are all about keeping it real here, and it's time to talk about how Susie Wiles and Chris Lacivita might just be steering the Trump train off the tracks. With the 2024 election looming, every move in the Trump campaign is critical, but it seems like these two might be missing the mark on what truly resonates with the conservative base. And guess what? Our man Nick Fuentes is gearing up for Groyper War 2, aiming to set things right by demanding a massive shakeup.
I'm declaring a new Groyper War. You have alienated us. You have ignored us.
Nick has announced that the war plans will be laid out tonight, so today we are hyping it up, as we also can't wait to hear what he has got to say. Let's zero in on Susie Wiles and the waves she's making within the Trump campaign, steering it into what many America First supporters see as treacherous waters. Wiles, a seasoned political strategist, has come under fire for a pivotal decision that has left many core supporters scratching their heads in dismay: her move to steer Trump away from the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025. This ambitious initiative was crafted to cement and propagate core conservative values that resonate deeply with Trump's base, focusing on critical issues such as staunch opposition to LGBT agendas, rigorous anti-abortion laws, strict immigration enforcement, and the unapologetic promotion of Christian values in public policy.
Somebody else doing an unbelievable job. He's bringing it back to levels it's never seen.
The disavowal of Project 2025 under Wiles's guidance is seen not just as a strategic blunder, but as a fundamental betrayal of conservative principles. Each plank of Project 2025 speaks to the heart of the conservative movement. By moving away from this framework, Wiles risks alienating a significant segment of Trump's voter base, voters who expect unwavering commitment to these key issues. This shift could dampen enthusiasm at a time when mobilizing the base is crucial, especially heading into a highly competitive election cycle. Take, for example, the issue of LGBT advocacy and abortion. These are hot-button topics that galvanize a substantial portion of the conservative electorate. Project 2025's clear stance on these issues provided a beacon of hope for those who felt their values were under siege. Wiles's pivot away from these stances sends a confusing signal, suggesting a campaign that's more concerned with chasing moderate swing voters than solidifying its core support. On immigration, Project 2025 laid out a blueprint for robust enforcement and secure borders, pivotal concerns for a base that views immigration control as a cornerstone of national sovereignty and security. Wiles's apparent softening on this front is particularly perplexing, given the widespread concern among conservatives over illegal immigration and its impact on American communities and jobs. Moreover, the sidelining of Christian values, another pillar of Project 2025, suggests a shift towards a more secular approach. This could be seen as a dismissal of the evangelical voters who played a crucial role in Trump's previous electoral successes. For a party and a candidate that have historically championed religious freedom and Christian principles, this perceived shift is not just unexpected, it's deeply concerning. Nick Fuentes and his followers see these moves as strategic missteps that necessitate immediate correction. Through his Groyper War 2, we can probably expect Fuentes to champion a reinvigoration of the campaign's commitment to these core conservative principles. On his show, he usually argues that without a strong stance on these issues, Trump's campaign is not only at risk of losing in 2024, but also of causing lasting damage to the conservative movement in America. Fuentes' call to replace Wiles stems from a belief that her leadership style and decisions reflect a misunderstanding of what conservative voters truly want from their candidates. By advocating for her ousting and proposing a more aligned leadership, potentially under his own guidance, Fuentes aims to realign the campaign with its base, ensuring that Trump's 2024 run is powered by the vigorous support of truly conservative policies. In conclusion, the controversy surrounding Susie Wiles within the Trump campaign underscores a critical crossroads. The decisions made now will not just influence the upcoming election, but will resonate with the conservative base for years to come. For America First supporters and advocates like Nick Fuentes, the path forward is clear: a return to the principles laid out in Project 2025 and a leadership that unapologetically champions these values.
It's worse. I see this stuff, and I have to wonder, why has nobody been fired?
This, they argue, is the only way to ensure Trump's success and the continued vigor of the conservative movement.
Fired? Isn't that the whole trademark? Someone needs to be fired.
Now, let's pivot to Chris Lacivita and his role in steering the Trump campaign in ways that have caused significant concern among staunch America First advocates. Lacivita, like Susie Wiles, holds a significant position in the campaign, yet his strategies have been perceived as misaligned with core conservative principles, particularly regarding foreign policy and the emphasis on Israel. This focus has ruffled feathers within a base that prioritizes America's domestic issues over international engagements. Chris Lacivita's push for a strongly pro-Israel stance in Trump's policy framework, including advocating for substantial financial and military support, starkly conflicts with the America First ethos. This stance not only contradicts the non-interventionist ideals cherished by core supporters, but also diverts critical resources and attention from domestic issues such as infrastructure, healthcare, and immigration. The decision to maintain or even increase support for Israel has sparked debates about the allocation of American resources and the true meaning of putting America first. The emphasis on Israel is seen not just in policy, but in symbolic gestures that resonate strongly with a specific segment of voters. For instance, the move of the American embassy to Jerusalem was broadly seen as a nod to pro-Israel voters. While politically savvy, such moves have alienated those in the America First camp, who feel that these gestures do not directly benefit Americans, and instead serve to entangle the U.S. further in foreign conflicts. Moreover, Lacivita's strategies at major campaign events like the RNC have also been contentious. The inclusion of speakers from Muslim communities, intended to showcase the campaign's inclusivity and appeal to a broader electorate, has instead been perceived as pandering and a deviation from the campaign's core demographic and values. Many longtime supporters, who are predominantly white and Christian, view this as a betrayal and a dilution of the conservative message that originally propelled Trump to the presidency. This aspect of Lacivita's strategy reveals a fundamental tension within the Trump campaign: the struggle between broadening the voter base while maintaining the ideological purity demanded by the most loyal supporters. For many, the inclusion of diverse voices at the RNC isn't just a strategic misstep, it's a symbol of the campaign's shifting priorities and an abandonment of the principles that many believe should be at the forefront of Trump's re-election bid. Nick Fuentes and his America First supporters argue that these actions by Lacivita not only jeopardize Trump's chances in the upcoming election, but also threaten the cohesion and future of the conservative movement. They see the emphasis on foreign policy and inclusivity at the expense of hardcore, America-centric policies as a betrayal of the values that should be guiding Trump's campaign. In response, Fuentes is advocating for a radical overhaul of the campaign's leadership and strategic direction. He proposes that a shift back to hardcore, non-interventionist, and America-centric policies would not only realign the campaign with its base, but also send a strong message to the political establishment about the non-negotiable principles of the America First agenda. Fuentes' vision for the campaign involves not only withdrawing support for international engagements, like those in Israel, but also a more isolationist stance that he believes will resonate with conservative voters tired of seeing their country's resources spent abroad. In conclusion, Chris Lacivita's strategies and decisions within the Trump campaign have ignited a fierce debate about the direction of conservative politics in America. For the America First movement, led by figures like Nick Fuentes, The path forward is clear: reassert and recommit to the principles that prioritize American interests above all.
Before we blow it again, we want Trump to win. We want America first. But you are letting us down. You're blowing it. This is the biggest missed opportunity in history. You're blowing it for Trump, you're blowing it for us, and we're not going to let it happen. You have alienated us. You have ignored us. You don't listen.
They believe that only by making these changes can Trump truly reflect the will of his base and secure a victory that aligns with the foundational values of his initial rise to power.
And immigrants, but it doesn't serve Native Americans. What about Native Americans? I don't want to hear any more about communism. I don't want to hear any more about Vance. I don't want to hear about whatever. And the message is simple: America first. Native Americans. America only. No Israel, no corporations, no foreign influence.
I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, as I will continue posting only the best celebrity and K-pop content.
So this is a call to all Christians, immigration restrictionists.
This was Watch Wave, and until next time, have a good one.
In favor of industrial policy. Patriots, nativists, nationalists, non-interventionists, traditionalists that are not happy with the state of the Trump campaign, you are being recruited. Trump is a peaceful man. We're declaring war on the evil Trump campaign. He needs to be liberated. We will liberate him. We will make him independent from his donors. We will make him independent from Silicon Valley. We will make him independent from foreign influence. Otherwise, and if we don't succeed, there's no hope. You're done. If we don't succeed, if this doesn't work, there's no hope. You either get Kamala, and it's total left-wing oppression, it's total bullshit, BLM nonsense, or if you get Trump, it's going to be total Zionist corporate domination. So if we don't succeed, it's over. You need to get involved in this, or honestly, just quit. In 2024, we are going to fight the hostile takeover. It's a different battle, but it's the same war. We're going to fight and save Trump from his own people.